In this video, we'll be hunting 2 boxes of pennies, as well as seeing if we can make some more progress to the Penny Hunt and Fill album. Of course, we'll be looking for any wheat scents from 1958 or older, also be looking for any proofs, foreigns, errors or varieties, or any other interesting things we can find, and pulling aside any copper pennies we get, seeing how much we can fill up the copper jar. Have already checked both these boxes for unders. We do have 1 under per box, both of them are Canadian. Box number 2, we have a 1970 there, and at the beginning of box 1, we have a 1974. So a couple Canadian unders, great to see, but no wheat scent unders. Hopefully we can get some good wheat scents in the rolls. Last episode, we made some great progress to the album with some oldies. Hopefully that can continue with these boxes, we'll have to see. So let's start the hunt on penny box number 1, and I'll bring you in when we have our first find. First roll of the hunt, we're going to get off to a great start because just opened the first roll. I see the edge of a wheat scent right there. Wheat scent roll number 1, definitely a great sign for the hunt. Pretty decent shape, probably in the 50s, and it is in 1953 from Philly. Roll 5, and we're just uncovered. Wheat scent number 2 for the box is another one from the 50s. This time we'll have a 1957 from Denver. Just opened roll 11, and I see the edge of wheat scent number 3 for the hunt. It's near the back of the roll right here. And this time we're going to have a 1952 from Denver. Roll 19, just a couple coins into the roll. And I just uncovered wheat scent number 4. Still, all 50s wheats so far. Hopefully we can get a few older ones. This one is last year, 1958 Denver. Just opened roll 28, and right in the middle of the roll, I see wheat scent number 5 for the box, right here. Hopefully it's not another one in the 50s, definitely could be though, and it is just another 57 Denver. Roll 32, just uncovered, wheat scent number 6 for the box, and yet again it's going to be another 1957 Denver. Roll 34, wheat scent number 7. Actually going to be another 57 Denver. 4th 57 Denver of the hunt. Still all 50s wheat scents. Hopefully we can get a couple that are a little bit older. Just opened roll 37, and I see the edge of wheat scent number 8 close to the end of the roll. This one's pretty nice. Probably just going to be another 50s, and it is in 1954 Denver. Just opened roll 42, and I see the edge of wheat scent number 9 for the hunt. Only need 1 more for double digits, and wheat scent is right here. And we're going to have a 56 out of Philly. Same roll, and it was only a couple of coins away from that 1956. Wheat scent number 10 for the box. It's going to be an oldie. First non-50s of the box, don't even have a 40s yet. It's a 1927 out of Philly. Pretty rough shape, pretty corroded. It has this gunk on it. Definitely pretty worn as well. Also has some damage, so pretty tough shape. And 1927 is going to go on the album. 144 million minted. It's a pretty common one. We already have the tougher to get 27 Denver, but 27 Philly. Finally going to fill that spot. Again, not too tough one to get. This one's in pretty rough shape, but we made an album edition in this box, and that is awesome. Roll 49, 1 away from being an ender. At the front of the roll is another wheat scent. It's going to be yet another one from the 50s. It's 53 Denver, probably been clean, but I'll definitely take it. First penny box has been hunted, and it was definitely a good box. We ended up with 11 wheat scents, 10 of them being in the 50s, and none from the 40s, which is very odd. And of course, we got that one from the 20s. 1927 out of Philly. Definitely in rough condition, but it is going to fill a spot in the album, so I'll definitely take that. Also ended up with 7 Canadians as well, all just modern ones, including that Ender and 160D small date. So overall, definitely a good amount of wheats to start off the hunt with 11 in the box. So now I'll go on to penny box number 2. Hopefully we can get some more great finds. Well, I just opened the first roll of the second box, and I hope this isn't just some crazy first roll luck, but I see the edges of 3 wheat scents in the first roll of box 2, which is an amazing sign for the box. One of them, I can see the date right here. It's a 1944 from Philly. A few coins later, see a reverse of one right here, which is 1958 Denver in pretty good shape. And I see the third wheat scent right here. 3 wheat scents in the first roll. Super lucky. Hopefully the box is like this. And that one's going to be another 1944 Philly. Great start to box number 2. Hopefully it can keep up like this. Roll number 6, and it doesn't look like every roll in this box is going to be like roll number 1, but I did just uncover another wheat cent, which is going to make 4 for the box, and this one is 1947 from Denver. Just opened roll number 9. Now we're going to be up to 5 wheat cents for the second box. Just opened this roll. I see a wheat cent reverse right here, and this one is 1951 from Denver. Roll 12. Now we're going to be up to 6 wheat cents for box number 2. Just uncovered another one. Is just another 50s. 1956 Denver. Roll 14. And I just uncovered the second pre-40s wheat cent of the hunt. This one is from the 30s. 1937 out of Philly. It is just a common one from Philly, and we do it for the album, but it's the first 30s wheat cent of the hunt. That is definitely an awesome find. Roll 20. Box number 2 is off to a great start. Only 20 rolls in. We're already going to be up to 8 wheat cents for the box. This one is just another common 1957 Denver, but it's another one for the board. Next roll, roll 21. Just open the roll. We're now up to 9 wheat cents for the box because I see the edge of one near the back of the roll. This time we're going to have 1947 out of Philly. Roll 32, and I just uncovered another wheat cent, so that makes double digits for box number 2 and 32 rolls, which is awesome. Didn't miss this one when I opened the roll because it is very corroded, but still is another wheat cent, and it's a 1953 out of Denver. Just opened roll 35. We're going to have a couple finds in this roll. First I saw a wheat cent near the back, and right here we have the oldest Canadian in the hunt, which is going to be a Younghead Canadian, first one of those of the hunt, and it's going to be 1962. That's an awesome find. Now I'll grab the wheat cent out of the back of the roll, and this wheat cent is 1944. That was a pretty cool roll. Same roll. There's actually another wheat cent in that roll. I did miss it by the edge at first because it was pretty damaged, but here it is. It's kind of discolored and damaged, but it is another 1952 Denver. Roll 39. Just uncovered another wheat cent. This one's going to be another one from the 40s, 1947, minted in Denver. Roll 43, just uncovered another wheat cent. It's just another common one, but I'll take any wheat cent I can get. This time we have another 1956 from Denver. Roll 49 of the second box, and I just found a DDO variety. This is one I have found before, only found a couple of these before. This is 2015 DDO. And if I put it under the scope, this one's pretty easy to see. Some pretty strong doubling on the date from the top left to the bottom right. Same with Liberty as well, mostly from the top to the bottom, right there. And I did bring out the other one I have of this. This is the DDO 001. I have found a 002 as well. I'll show you the one I already have under the scope as well to compare. Same doubling from the top left to the bottom right on the date, and on Liberty as well, from the top to the bottom. And I'll bring it up on the website as well on Variety Vista. You can see the doubling on Liberty and the date as well. And on the left shield on the back, there is a die chip on top of it. My one I already had does not have it. It's an earlier die state, but the one I just found, if I put it under the scope with the shield, you can clearly see the die chip on the top left of the shield. So it says 100%, a 2015 DDO 001. Pretty decent shape as well, pretty comparable to my other one. It does have a few marks on the obverse, so it's not perfect, but it is a DDO found at the end of the hunt. That is an awesome find. Both penny boxes have been hunted, so let's go over the finds. We ended up with 15 1959s, 11 S-Mints, as well as 22 2009s. Foreigns all were Canadian, and we ended up with 11 with a couple of older ones. 1967 bird scent, which is cool to find, and 1962 Younghead as well. Now, we did get a few miscellaneous finds, 2 1960 small dates, pretty average for the hunt, and right at the end of the hunt, we did get that 2015 DDO 001. Super cool to find, don't find DDOs too often. In terms of value, not too sure, it is a newer DDO, so we'll have to see how it does along the years. Do not recognize my PCGS right now, I don't believe, but maybe they will down the road, we'll see. Now, for the wheat cents, we ended up with 25 for the 2 boxes, which is definitely a good amount. A lot from the 50s, especially from box 1, but we did get a couple of older ones. 1937 and 1927, both from Philly. 1927 is going to fill a spot in the album, which is awesome, even though it's in rough shape. Still awesome to get an edition this late in the series. Now lastly for copper, slightly lighter than I usually get, probably about 2/3 to 3/4 full. Usually you get a little more than that, but still a good amount of copper regardless, and I'll definitely take that. So now I'm going to go through the finds, see how much album progress we made. I already know we have an addition, maybe a couple of upgrades, so I'll bring you back with an update of the album once I've done that. Just finished updating the album, and as expected, we did have one addition, and we got one upgrade as well. For the addition, we did add that 1927 from Philly. Not a too hard one from find, being from Philly, 144 million minted. It is in pretty rough shape. Hopefully we'll get one to upgrade it along in the series. And then the upgrade we got was the 1953 from Philly. Slightly more red than the last one that was in there. Still not too red, but still a really nice example of 53 Philly. So now we added one more spot to the album, which is awesome. We've got some great finds in this hunt, like that DDO. We got an album edition and a couple of oldies. This is another great hunt to the Penny on Phil series.